Hello?
Chuck Billy, how are you doing, my friend?
Good. How's it going?
Good. This is Rustin Rose from Metalholic and Access. It's good to get a chance to talk with you. It's like 6 years since you and I spoke. So,
Damn.
so it's been a long time getting here, but the new album is ready. Congratulations.
Oh, thanks.
Obviously, I've only heard the title track so far, so tell us about Brotherhood of the Snake from your perspective.
Well, it was a record that, took a lot out of us over the last couple of years. Been working on it, with touring as well. We've had a few tours that kind of slowed things up, but for the most part, we've been working on it so long and started kind of getting frustrating and some emotions started coming out, just because the process was taking so long and I didn't know if we were going to have a record this year. And we kind of just put the pressure on us to get it out and kind of jumped in the studio. I think before had demos done or rehearsals, we just kind of went for it. And I think just because of it, maybe it just pushed us out of our comfort zone and made us work a little hard and dig down deep and actually come up with some of, I think, the best stuff we've probably have recorded ever. I think maybe we didn't have too much time to double guess it and polish it up. And, I think because of all those things, we had to go through this to get to this record, to get it to how it came out, because we're very proud of the final outcome after everything we went through.
Right. And sometimes overthinking it'll kill you, right?
Yeah. This is the first time we go do a demo or we even rehearse with the full band. This time it just, because we just couldn't get it done, the songs completed. And we don't live near each other, so it's not like we, all get together, on a whim. Everybody has to come across country and just get here to practice. So a lot of it was on Eric's shoulder, just to get a lot of the writing and me done. And between us two, we just couldn't seem to pull it off. So.
But here it is, finally, thankfully. And you mentioned Eric. I spoke with Eric just before you guys left to do the Slayer tour, and he told me that the new material felt overall like it was a little thrashier and faster, but that was before you guys had really finished writing and really finished recording. Do you think that's sort of how it played out on the record?
It definitely is, and I think that's what we did discuss before writing what we wanted to do to improve from where we were at the Dark Roots record. And I love that record and some really good songs, and it sounds great and everything. I just think we just missing a little more of the edge of the thrash, which, that's going into this. We knew we wanted to pick up the pace, and Eric definitely did do that at the end of the day with a lot of the tracks. A majority of the record is thrash. I'd say 80% at least.
So lyrically, the Brotherhood of the Snake is sort of a secret society of draconian aliens that supposedly created man to use as slaves. Have you sort of woven that into something of a concept here?
Well, that started the kickoff of where we were kind of going lyrically. In the past, I've been writing stuff that's been more real and current events and things that affected me or, in our world today. I know Eric really wanted to kind of not be so real with this lyrics. He really wanted to kind of create some sort of story and image and some cool lyrics and words, and it kind of came across the Brotherhood of the Snake story, and it kind of set up a good premise to build, not to make for a concept record, but to kind of grab a concept of aliens and religion and secret society and power, and it kind of all tied together as well, and it seemed like a good place to start.
Certainly very metal, right? So.
Yeah, it was interesting because again, you can think of it as something not real, or some people might totally believe it, that there is aliens. Who knows? I'm open to the possibilities, at least.
Well, and it's interesting because the actual Brotherhood eventually supposedly splintered or evolved into subgroups such as the Illuminati, the Freemasons, the Rosicrucians,
yeah,
the Templars.
Yeah, and who knows? They're still probably within our society today, and again, maybe in political power or big corporate power, or it's probably happening.
Oh yeah, looking at how this presidential campaign and how our government's been hijacked, there's no question in my mind.
Yeah, Trump's probably an alien.
I think they're both aliens, to be honest. Now, you worked with Juan Urtiga on the new record, who did the bonus covers for Dark Roots, if memory serves, and had Andy Sneaks and master this time. What did Juan bring to the table for you on this one?
Well, Juan, we worked with Juan for a few records, and it's convenient. He's a local guy that lives by us, but he knows what we were trying to go for and accomplish, and he knew recording wise, because Andy came out and recorded last time, but Juan was around, hanging around. He kind of knew what Andy wanted. We got them two on the phone before we started, just to make sure that we're all on the same page. Definitely wanted to bring in a bigger drum set with bigger toms and bigger kick drums, and try to get more of a real natural big drum sound without using a lot of sampling. I think we accomplished that on the record. So there's a few things, that Juan and Andy had to be on the same page. And Juan, we work quick with Juan, and I think he did a great job tracking everything this time. Eric did everything at his place. He has a home studio at home that he tracked all his guitars at.
So now, which track on the record, in your mind, was the most difficult one to complete, or maybe the one that changed the most as you were trying to complete it?
It was definitely Blackjack. Wrote that song, I think, 4 times, 4 different lyrics, 4 different patterns. Just wasn't happy with it every time I approached it and sang it and laid down the tracks. It just kind of, it fit right in my head and right in it timing-wise, but once I recorded it, it just hit me wrong, and I just wasn't happy with it. So I kept, messing with it, and finally I found the pattern and the timing, and then I kind of grabbed the metaphor of using, gambling, with using your life, basically as a metaphor. And yeah, that was definitely the toughest one, but I think after the final one, I was like, man, I had it. I give up on this song. And the last one, Eric, he dug the pattern and where we were going with it. So I kind of just said, all right, I'll stay on it. And we got through it, but it was definitely the most difficult, I think.
Which probably led you to the next track, which was Cannabusiness.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that one.
Yeah. Well, there's a few like Blackjack, that Neptune Spear. Those were some of the songs that kind of got away from, the alien religion kind of concept and, secret society stuff. Right. But Cannabusiness, again, it's, kind of political. I got my medical card probably last year. And, of course, people tell me, once you get the card, you got to get on your phone and download this app. Everything has an app these days. And there's an app called Weed Maps, and basically you can, it's like an Uber, go on your phone and hit a button and have it delivered to your house. And I was just kind of amazed, like, wow, it just came so far from being so sneaky to now just having it delivered to your house, and it just kind of, made me think of the cannabis business, and it just kind of came together as like, the cannabis business, a kind of a cool thing to run with, and it's pretty current in what's going on today.
Absolutely. How long does it usually take after you've recorded and released an album before you can look back at it objectively?
Once I don't hear it for maybe a month, because as we're recording, mixing, doing all, we hear it every day over and over and try and fine tune and tweak until we're happy, and then we kind of like, okay, we're all happy, we're good, and then I don't kind of listen to it for a while. And then I come back and then I'll hear it. Then that's when you'll go, oh, maybe I should have did this or tried that or put an effect here or whatever, But at the most part, once you walk away from it, you have to be happy with what, the final, because that's it.
Right. So this year marks the 30th anniversary of you joining the band and recording the debut album, Legacy. Can you share some quick memories of what stands out most for you about making that first record and going back those 30 years?
Well, yeah, for us, definitely, because we're from California. Never really left California much. So going all the way to Ithaca, New York during the winter, driving in the snow, recording away from home, all being young, away from home, doing our first record was, of course, exciting. It was a college town, so a lot of the guys got away with hanging out in the bars drinking. So, it was a good time, wild time for us. That's where it all begun, basically, is getting away from home and doing that first record.
Before we leave, I don't know, are you a big football fan? The Raiders just blew everybody
Of course.
yesterday. That last play.
What a big decision on play calling on that one.
Comes
I was definitely was out of my seat standing up going, I can't believe they're going for it. And what a catch.
Absolutely.
One-handed catch, you know.
You got to love it. Bold, but gutsy call. Chuck Billy, Testament, the new album Brotherhood of the Snake, out October 28th. Going to kick off all of it with a Monomarth over in Europe. Congratulations again, and thanks for taking a little bit of time to chat.
Thanks for having me. We'll see you guys out there.